The foundation of self-mastery is emotional control. It is not suppression or a lack of feeling, but the absence of reactivity. The unmastered man is a puppet to his environment. He is angered, goaded, or made insecure by external events, particularly by a woman's emotional state. The self-mastered man is the eye of the storm. He observes the chaos, but he is not of the chaos. This non-reactivity is the first and most powerful trigger. A woman, often unconsciously, will test the stability of her partner's emotional frame. She will introduce a small squall of drama, a passive-aggressive comment, a sudden mood shift, or a manufactured crisis. The average man reacts. He becomes defensive, he argues, he raises his voice, or he immediately tries to fix her, seeking to resolve his own discomfort with her negative emotion. The mastered man does none of these. He observes. He listens. He may ask a clarifying question from a place of genuine curiosity, not accusation. Or he may simply remain silent, holding his ground with a calm, centered presence. This is the trigger. His calm is a void. She has sent out a probe for a fight, for drama, or for validation, and it has met nothing. It has met a solid, unshakable wall. This is deeply unsettling. Her entire mechanism for control and for drama bonding, the dysfunctional way many relationships create a sense of connection, is rendered useless. What she cannot hide is her response to this void. You will see one of two things. First, escalation. She will double down, becoming louder, more accusatory, or more dramatic. She is trying to get any reaction, even a negative one, to prove that she has an emotional hold on you, to prove that you are engaged. She is rattling the cage, and your calm is, to her, the ultimate sign of disrespect or even more terrifying, indifference. Second, if the escalation fails, she will be forced into uncomfortable self-soothing. She will have to confront her own emotion, a practice she may be entirely unfamiliar with. She may abruptly withdraw, pout, or shut down. This is not the same as your calm. This is a collapsed frame. She has been left alone with her feelings, and she cannot hide her discomfort with that. This single trigger reveals her entire strategy for emotional regulation. It reveals whether she is an adult capable of managing her own state, or a child who needs to create external chaos to feel internally alive. Self-mastery is synonymous with boundaries. A boundary is not a wall you build out of anger. It is a line you draw out of self-respect. The unmastered man has porous boundaries. He is a nice guy. He says yes when he means no to avoid conflict. He allows small disrespects to slide, hoping his compliance will be rewarded with affection. The mastered man understands that his no is as valuable as his yes. His boundaries are clear, communicated calmly, and most importantly, enforced without apology or anger. When he says, "I am not available on that day," or "I am not willing to be spoken to that way," it is a simple statement of fact. This is the trigger. For a woman who is used to navigating the world through manipulation, guilt, or testing, a firm boundary is a direct challenge to her entire mode of operation. She will push against it. This is the testing that is so often discussed. She is not necessarily doing it maliciously. She is doing it instinctively, to find out if the boundary is real. What she cannot hide is the way she tests it. Her reaction reveals her character. Does she respect it immediately? This is the sign of a high-character, secure woman. She hears the boundary, understands it, and adjusts her expectations. She sees your self-respect as an asset, not an obstacle. Or does she attempt to reframe it? She will try to make your boundary a sign of your selfishness. "You never want to see me," or "You're being so difficult." This is an attempt to use guilt to dissolve your resolve. Or does she ignore it? She will pretend you didn't say it and ask again, perhaps in a different way, to see if you will fold under minimal pressure. Or does she create a punishment? She withdraws affection, becomes cold, or starts an unrelated argument. This is a clear sign that she views the relationship as transactional. She is trying to teach you that your boundaries will be met with emotional consequences. A man who has mastered himself does not get angry at these tests. He simply observes them as data. He restates the boundary calmly if necessary, and he is willing to let her react however she needs to. Her inability to accept a simple no without launching a campaign against it reveals her deep-seated entitlement and her fundamental lack of respect, both for you and for herself. The self-mastered man has a mission. He has a purpose in life that is larger than any single relationship. This could be his career, his business, his art, or his personal development. This purpose is his why. It is the driving force that gets him out of bed. It is his North Star. The unmastered man makes the woman his purpose. He drops his friends, his hobbies, and his goals the moment he enters a relationship. He orbits her, and his entire emotional state is dependent on her approval. When a man is truly on his purpose, he cannot be fully possessed. He gives her his full attention, his presence, and his commitment when they are together. But he has a frontier that is his alone. His time and energy are finite, and he allocates them with intention. This is the trigger. To an insecure woman, your purpose is your other woman. It is the one thing she cannot compete with and cannot control. It is a constant, low-level reminder that she is not, and never will be, the entirety of your universe. This is a profound threat to her ego and her sense of security. What she cannot hide is her resentment of your purpose. This will not be overt. She will almost never say, "I hate that you work so hard on your business." Instead, it will manifest in subtle, corrosive ways. She will create distractions. She will suddenly have a minor crisis or an urgent need for attention precisely when you are in a state of deep work or flow. This is an unconscious or conscious attempt to pull your focus back to her, to test if she is still more important than your mission. She will subtly devalue your goals. Why do you work so hard? You should just relax. Is all that effort at the gym really worth it? This is not genuine concern. It is an attempt to plant seeds of doubt, to make you question the very thing that gives you your masculine center. She will reward your failures and punish your success. When you have a setback, she may become performatively nurturing and supportive. It is her chance to fix you, to be needed. But when you have a major success, a promotion, a business win, she may become inexplicably cold, distant, or find something to criticize. Your success reminds her of your independence. A secure, high-value woman will be inspired by your purpose. She will have her own. She will see your mission as part of what makes you attractive. An insecure woman will see it as a threat. Her inability to celebrate your drive is a sign she cannot hide. It reveals she does not want a partner. She wants a possession. A man who has mastered himself is emotionally self-sufficient. He is his own source of validation. He does not need a woman to make him feel happy, worthy, or complete. He wants a woman to share his already complete life. The unmastered man is an emotional vampire. He is a void of neediness. He requires constant reassurance, validation, and praise. He uses the woman as a fixer, an emotional support system to patch his own insecurities. This dynamic is extremely common. Many women are conditioned to be fixers. Their entire identity in a relationship is built around being the nurturer, the healer, the one who tames the broken man. The trigger is fired when she encounters a man who is not broken. You are not bad or damaged. You have your own emotional life in order. You do not text her seeking reassurance. You do not crumble when she is in a bad mood. You do not need her to tell you that you are smart, strong, or capable. This self-sufficiency is a mirror. What she cannot hide is what she sees in that mirror. First, it reveals her fixer identity as obsolete. If you are not broken, what is her role? She may unconsciously try to break you. She will prod at your insecurities, trying to find a crack in your armor. She will try to create problems so she can be the one to solve them. Her need to be needed is so strong that she will sabotage a healthy situation to create a dysfunctional one she understands. Second, it reveals her own neediness. A man who is not needy is a bright light that exposes her own insecurities. She may accuse you of being cold, distant, or emotionally unavailable. This is pure projection. What she is really saying is, "You are not mirroring my level of emotional need, and it makes me uncomfortable. You are not constantly validating my existence, which forces me to question it." Your emotional independence triggers her deepest fears about her own value. If her value is not in fixing you or completing you, she is forced to find value in herself, a journey she may be terrified to take. Her accusations of your coldness are the clearest sign she cannot hide. This is related to self-sufficiency, but is more specific. This is about her primary tools of control: validation as a reward, and the withdrawal of validation. as a punishment. The average man is a puppet for these tools. When she gives him praise, a compliment, or sexual interest, he is on top of the world. When she is cold, distant, or critical, he panics. He immediately changes his behavior, apologizes, and scrambles to get back in her good graces. He is a trained animal. The self-mastered man operates from an internal locus of control. He accepts praise graciously but is not addicted to it. His self-worth is not inflated by it. More importantly, he views criticism or the withdrawal of affection with indifference. He does not panic. He does not chase. He does not become defensive. He simply registers it as information, a reflection of her internal state, not a judgment on his worth. This is the trigger. You have just disarmed her. Her most powerful weapons are now useless. What she cannot hide is her panic. When she pulls away and you do not chase, when you in fact give her the space she is pretending to want, it drives her mad. When she criticizes you and you respond with, "I understand you feel that way," instead of a desperate defense, it short-circuits her brain. She is left with only one conclusion: her power over you is gone. This will trigger a profound fear of loss. She may become suddenly and intensely affectionate, trying to recapture you with the very tool that just failed. She may deploy a Hail Mary test, like mentioning other men or threatening to leave. This is not a sign of her strength. It is the last, desperate act of someone who has lost all leverage. Your calm indifference to her emotional carrot and stick reveals her entire power dynamic. It shows that she is used to managing her partners, not relating to them. Your refusal to play the game is a trigger she cannot ignore, and her subsequent scramble to regain control is the sign she cannot hide. In the modern world, constant availability is mistaken for commitment. The unmastered man is always available. He texts back in seconds. He cancels plans to see her. He check-ins constantly. He gives her 100% of his attention, 100% of the time. This abundance makes him worthless. The self-mastered man understands the value of scarcity. This is not a game of pretending to be busy. He is busy. He has his purpose, trigger 3. He has his boundaries, trigger 2. And he has a life outside of her, friends, hobbies, interests. He is not on call. His absence is real. When he is with her, he is 100% present. But when he is not, he is 100% not with her. He is focused on his own life. This is the trigger. It directly activates her primal fear of abandonment and her attachment style. For a woman with an anxious attachment style, your absence is a catastrophe. The silence is a canvas onto which she projects all her worst fears. He is losing interest. He has met someone else. I did something wrong. She is programmed to believe that a lack of constant contact equals a lack of interest. What she cannot hide are her protest behaviors. She cannot sit with her anxiety. She will break. She will send a barrage of check-in texts. "Hey, what's up? Thinking of you. Is everything okay?" When these fail to get the immediate reassurance she craves, they may become passive-aggressive. "Well, hope you're having fun without me." Or she may post on social media, a performance of her having a great time, aimed directly at you. These protest behaviors are a desperate attempt to close the gap and soothe her own anxiety. For a woman with a secure attachment style, your absence is a non-event. She is secure in herself. She uses the time to focus on her own life. She trusts that you will reconnect. Your absence actually increases her attraction, as it gives her time to miss you, and it reinforces her respect for your independent life. Your simple, authentic scarcity, being a busy, high-value man, is perhaps the most effective filter you have. It will trigger and repel an anxious, insecure woman while simultaneously triggering attraction and respect in a secure, healthy one. Her response to your silence is the one sign she can never, ever fake. We are often told that women are triggered by bad boys, men who are unpredictable, dangerous, and unreliable. This is only partially true. In reality, deep attraction is built on trust, and trust is built on consistency. The unmastered man is inconsistent. He is hot one day and cold the next. He is a nice guy until he gets angry, and then he is a monster. He makes promises he can't keep. He is a leaf in the wind, The self-mastered man is consistent. He is the same man every day. His mood is stable. His principles are firm. His word is his bond. He is who he says he is. This consistency is the trigger. It may sound counterintuitive. Why would stability be a trigger? Because for a woman who has a history of trauma, chaos, or inconsistent father figures, your stability is unfamiliar. And the human brain is wired to distrust the unfamiliar, even if it is good for us. Your consistency triggers her too good to be true syndrome. What she cannot hide is her subconscious attempt to sabotage the relationship. She does not trust peace. She equates calm with boring, or worse, the calm before the storm. She will start to create the chaos she is used to. She will provoke you, trying to find your dark side. She will say, "You're too nice," or "You're not real." She is trying to get you to break character, to show her the real you, the angry, reactive man she knows must be hiding under the surface. If she can make you angry, if she can make you yell, she will, perversely, feel a sense of relief. She will think, "Ah, there he is. This, I understand." This test is not about her wanting you to be a bad person. It is about her trauma-informed brain trying to confirm its worldview that all men are, at their core, unreliable. The self-mastered man understands this. When she pokes him, he does not get angry. He does not say, "I am a nice guy." He simply holds his frame. He maintains his consistency. He passes her test by refusing to break. Her attempts to create drama in a peaceful situation are the sign she cannot hide. It reveals her past wounds. It reveals that she has not yet learned that safe does not have to mean fake. Your consistency is the ultimate test, and her reaction to it tells you everything you need to know about her past. This is the final and most potent trigger. It underpins all the others. A man's power in any interaction comes from his genuine, quiet, non-arrogant willingness to walk away from a deal that is not good for him. The unmastered man is terrified of loss. His entire strategy is based on not losing her. He will accept disrespect, tolerate bad behavior, and compromise his principles, all because he believes this one woman is his only option. He is captured by his own scarcity mindset. The self-mastered man operates from a place of abundance. He wants her, but he does not need her. He is 100% invested in the relationship, but he is not attached to the outcome. He knows his own value. He knows that if this relationship fails, he will be fine. He will be in pain, perhaps, but he will be fine. He does not make overt threats. He never says, "If you do that, I'll leave." That is a manipulation tactic, a sign of weakness. Instead, his willingness to walk away is an aura. It is a quiet confidence that radiates from his non-reactivity, his boundaries, and his purpose. She feels it. This is the trigger. It is the ultimate fear of loss. When she senses that you are not afraid to lose her, it fundamentally changes her entire approach. She is dealing with a sovereign individual, not a supplicant. What she cannot hide is her shift from testing to qualifying. When a woman is unsure of your strength, she tests you. She pushes, prods, and creates drama to see if you will break. But when she becomes convinced of your strength, when she truly believes you are willing to walk away, the dynamic flips. She stops testing you and starts qualifying herself to you. You will hear this in her language. She will stop challenging you and start showing you her value. She will talk about her loyalty, her skills, her alignment with your goals. She will brag about herself in subtle ways. She will become more agreeable, more affectionate, and more invested in the success of the new team. This is not manipulation on her part. It is a natural, instinctive response to a high-value man. She has discovered that her old tools, drama, testing, are a liability, and her only path to keeping you is to genuinely be a high-value partner. Your willingness to lose her is the only thing that makes her truly afraid to lose you. Her shift from a tester to a teammate is the sign she cannot hide. Humans are social creatures. We are wired to be deeply, inescapably influenced by social proof. Self-mastery is not just an internal state, it is an external one. A man who has mastered himself moves through the world with confidence, and other people notice. The unmastered man is invisible or low status. He may be needy, awkward, or abrasive. He gets little respect from other men and little interest from other women. The self-mastered man has social value. Other men respect him. Waitstaff, colleagues, and strangers treat him with deference, and other women are attracted to him. He does not have to flirt or seek this attention. It is the natural byproduct of his confidence, his body language, his purpose, and his centered energy. This is the trigger. When she sees other women showing you subtle or overt signs of interest, it triggers her deep-seated comparison anxiety and her fear of competition. The scenario is simple. You are at a party, and another woman laughs a little too long at your joke, or a waitress gives you extra attention, or a female colleague speaks of you with obvious respect. What she cannot hide is her immediate, instinctive, mate-guarding behavior. You will see her physically move closer to you. She will put her hand on your arm, your back, or your chest. This is a non-verbal, primal signal to the other woman. He is mine. She may verbally insert herself into the conversation, subtly steering it away from you, or finding a way to establish her claim by mentioning a shared memory. She may become hyper-affectionate toward you, a sudden performance of intimacy for the benefit of the competitor. Conversely, if she is insecure, she may become cold or passive-aggressive toward you later, punishing you for the attention you received, even if you did nothing to invite it. The self-mastered man's response is key. He does not get flustered. He does not feed on the attention, nor does he apologize for it. He accepts it as a normal part of social interaction and remains focused on his partner, but he observes. Her reaction to social proof is a powerful trigger that reveals her level of trust, her deep-seated insecurities, and her possessiveness. A secure woman will feel a jolt of anxiety but will quickly convert it into renewed attraction, feeling proud that she is with a high-value man. An insecure woman will let the anxiety curdle into resentment and control. Her instinctive mate guarding is the final trigger she cannot hide.